Well, James, we've got a big weekend ahead, and you were saying that there could be a chance for something a little more than just cloudy.
Right, so we're looking at a lot more of those inclement conditions push in, and believe it or not, long-range forecasts are coming in right now, talking about how La Nina could actually push in pretty early by about late spring right now. We're continuing to see a lot of that cloud cover we've seen all week long, and it's about to turn a lot worse. We're looking at some good thunderstorm activity that could be pushing in as early as tomorrow, if not tomorrow morning, believe it or not. These clouds really just sticking around, and it's a pretty unique development as we get a good look at the satellite here in a couple seconds. Right now we're looking at the temperature change over the last 24 hours, really holding strong down in those 40s, back up into those 60s. So wrong again for me today, as we were supposed to touch up into those 70s, but this weekend looking a lot colder, back down into those 50s, believe it or not, hovering around those freezing temperatures. Right now we're looking at those temperatures outside, 65 in San Angelo, good combination of 60s and 70s across the entire region. Now we can really see where a lot of the delineation between this cloud cover is, seeing those warmer temperatures down to the south. Again, Junction at 70, Sterling City at 67, 65 here in San Angelo, 61 there in Sonora. That's a good 9-degree spread between not that far across. And right now we're looking at those dew points because we are expecting a lot of thunderstorm activity. Seeing that moisture come back off to the west, we've been talking about how cold these dew points are, around there at 28, 22, well below freezing. Well, off to the east, they're up there in those 40s, while we're looking at those humidity indices still hover around those 30s and those 40s, believe it or not. Now we're looking at the upper level pattern as we get a good idea. This is this trough we're keeping our eye on, and this low pressure system is going to move in by about the big game day before it pushes out for a very cold week as we warm back up with that high pressure off to the west. That's going to push us back into the 70s well ahead of Valentine's Day. Now, to get a good look at the radar right now, look at the size of this storm pushing off to the east. This is one long continuous line of clouds, and you can see it really stripping the moisture out there near New Mexico. That's just a continuous thunderstorm hanging out in that region. Look at how chaotic this is right now across your screen. It's a lot of cloud cover that's going to continue. Now, we're getting a good idea around Saturday. Look at how these embedded thunderstorms start to pop up about Saturday morning. Watch how long they stick with us as they push off to the east. This is about Saturday around lunchtime. Could see those clouds clear up, but look off to the west. That's where we see the return of a lot more of these thunderstorms that are going to push through Sunday morning. Now, keep your eye around New Mexico. This is where we're going to see a little bit of storm ice mixture really wrap back around and push down to the south. Now, again, Steven's going to get a better look at this throughout the weekend, and then we see a lot of that cloud cover push off. That's going to push us down to those freezing temperatures and then keep us in those 50s, believe it or not. So tonight, we're dropping back down into the 40s. Could hold on to a lot of those temperatures, if not those 50s. Going to be a great Friday night. Then again, tomorrow, jumping back up into those 70s, but a good opportunity for some thunderstorm activity. So if you have to make any preparations for the big game, this is going to be the time to do it as we start to make our way in towards this weekend. It's going to be a beautiful one, and then a cold one, believe it or not. We're going to see those temperatures drop all the way back down into those 50s. And then as we make our way towards Valentine's Day, that's when we're going to see those temperatures gradually warm back up into those 70s. And then we see a good opportunity for some more weekend thunderstorm activity. Stay tuned. We'll have more up at the break. You're watching KSAN News at 5.